Liminal spaces are best described as a representation of a transitive state, as they show us timeframes we have all experienced. Some examples of these include hallways, houses in the middle of the road, or things you'd expect to see in your dreams. Today, we're going to do a deep dive onto the liminal space subreddit, as well as ranking the top rated posts of all time. Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing great and welcome back to another video by me, Astrei. So, before I begin, I'm gonna be complaining, I'm gonna be ranting, so yeah. First of all, I've mentioned that I've been dealing with pretty intense insomnia as of lately, but whoo boy, would you believe me if I told you that in the past 3 days I've only slept 6 hours? Just as I thought that things were getting better, I caught the flu! So yeah, that fucking stinks! I feel tired all the time, my head hurts, my body hurts, I genuinely feel like I am dying. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my nose is, I don't know, constipated? I don't know the word for that. This video was originally gonna be a video essay about the backrooms, but here I am, looking at fucking Reddit. So, we're gonna start off by ranking the top rated post on the Liminal Spaces subreddit. It says, "My girlfriend works in a bingo hall and sent me this." Obviously, this image is unnerving. However, as I mentioned previously, liminal spaces are supposed to give you a sense of familiarity. And maybe it's because my country doesn't really play bingo, so I sadly can't really make a connection to it. So, 5 out of 10. Now, this image, this is yummy. This shit is good. Stop? No, I won't. You know why? Because everything about this picture is perfect. This feels like something you'd see directly out of Gmod or out of an early 2000s game. The colors in the sky are pretty, the colors in the background and the foreground are very warm and lovely, so I'm gonna say this is pretty good, 9 out of 10. This area in my school's courtyard always gives me such a weird feeling when I walk alone in it. I've been trying to figure out what the fuck is up with this image, and I really can't understand how it works. The shadows don't add up here, it looks fake, and I think that's amazing. This reminds me of Gmod, which is already full of liminal spaces, so I'm gonna say this is a 10 out of 10. This perfectly encapsulates that feeling of transition. Ignoring the gaming aspect, it's also something you'd see in an everyday school, and I think that's pretty nice. Now we have a bunker built in the Cold War to simulate normal life in the US. And although this one doesn't really look that weird to me, it weirdly reminds me of my elementary school's English books, as they would have weird images like these. And also, it weirdly reminds me of those hotel lobbies that are themed surrounding something. This is a very weird thing, but when I was a little kid, I went to the beach and there was this hotel that was Flintstones themed, and it looked exactly like this. 7 out of 10. Google Maps said this is where I can find Taco Bell, and I just realized that the last car I saw was an hour ago. Okay, first of all, imagine going outside. Okay, so I know that Redditors are weird, but I know that this caption is made to be creepy, but I think it's really fucking funny that someone would go to Taco Bell and wouldn't come back because they got stuck in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, that's really funny. That would be such a lame way to go. But the image itself is so pretty to look at. This looks like something I would draw maybe. I love the combination of blue and pink, so this one's very pretty. I would say this one is cozy. This is the sort of thing I would love to wake up in the morning and seeing. This is pretty good. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. This doesn't really remind me of anything. I can just say this is very chill. View from the laundry room looks fake. Yeah, I have to agree. This doesn't look real in the slightest. This looks like those 3D models for Spore, like the house models. This looks very weird and off. This also reminds me of the backgrounds from Jimmy Neutron. This is very good. 8 out of 10. Well, that's not a good sign. Deja vu area. This is your first time here. If this platform feels familiar, immediately alert an MTA employee. If you see something, say something. Okay, so the image itself isn't oh my fucking god, it says uncanny, fuck. The image itself is not liminal, but I will say that the sign goes pretty hard. I would hang that up in my room. But I actually do like the way that it implies that something is wrong here. Like the fact that there's something lurking around. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but I wouldn't say this is a liminal space. I would just say that this is like a short horror story, if that makes sense. 6.5 out of 10. Also, let me click the eerie uncanny thing because I want to see what's up. I want to see my boy Mr. Incredible. I've been scrolling to see the uncanny ones, and I have to say that this one is my favorite at the moment. Somewhere, someplace in this house. This reminds me of those old houses, like a very 2000s style middle to low income home, and it's, I don't know, it's oddly comforting. This reminds me of something out of my childhood. The other ones are pretty damn cool. I don't think they're scary. I want to give a honorable mention to this one and this other post. I don't really have anything to say about it, but these ones are the ones that have scared me the most. Personally, I don't find liminal spaces that scary, but these ones, 9 out of 10.
Yo, as you can tell, I am dying at the moment. I'm super sick, but I wanted to rate the backrooms liminal space, and I have to say, in my opinion, it is a 10 out of 10. But sadly, I do have to say that the culture that spawned around it is abysmal, and I think the backrooms with the lore and the monsters is super lame. I love the thing, and I hate the people. So yeah.
I don't feel safe here. This one is so good. I am a sucker for snowy things. Maybe it's because I live in the fucking Congo and have never actually seen snow. This one is very, very good. I don't really know how to explain this, but cold can definitely improve a sensation of feeling lost or horror in general. I remember when I was in middle school, I had to write a short horror story, and the story I wrote was basically that planet Earth was going through another ice age, and in that story we follow like this girl who lost her dad, and she mentions that she starts seeing this creature lurking in the snow. So yeah, this reminds me of that story I wrote, and I have to say that this is lovely. I feel that more pieces of media should tackle snowy, scary places. 10 out of 10. The Oval Office between US presidents. This reminds me of the Twin Pines or whatever the fuck it's called. What's it called? I'm genuinely sorry, this video sucks. I am just so sleep deprived and sad. 7 out of 10. This looks like the Windows XP logo thing. It also reminds me of the Utopia show, Funny Pyrocynical. This is again not particularly scary or unnerving, and I wouldn't say that it's exactly cozy. It's alright. 8 out of 10. Hiroshi Nagai's artwork doesn't disappoint. I have to agree, this looks very, very pleasant. This is the sort of thing I would keep as a desktop background. This reminds me a bit of the GTA Vice City aesthetic, and it's quite nice. But yeah, this is pretty good. I would also say that under the right context, this would be pretty unnerving. I can imagine myself walking around here at 2 AM alone. 10 out of 10. This empty beach me and my girlfriend saw while taking a walk last night. This one is horrifying. I think it's because I have pretty intense thalassophobia, and I really can't stand looking at the ocean at night. And just the fact that there are so many umbrellas and bunks that they disappear into the night, I would say this is horrifying. 10 out of 10. Dust and laundry. The average day in Mexico. I feel that this one in particular looks like a drawing, but it clearly isn't. And I adore how the colors clash from the left side and the right side. I don't know, it just feels like the composition on this one is just perfect. And weirdly, this is the sort of thing I feel I would see in my dreams. 9 out of 10. And last but not least, a picture of someone's hometown. The temperature was -45. This one, as I said, I am a sucker for everything relating to snow, but this one does remind me of a particular dream I had. I could even make its own video about it just because of how unique this dream was. Sadly, I wouldn't say this one is that familiar to me, so I would have to give it a 7 out of 10, but it's still pretty damn good. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I would say this is my worst video by far. But if you liked it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it helps out a ton. Also, don't worry, this video is just a one-off. As soon as I go back to my normal healthy self, I will post quality content again, like video essays and stuff. So if you guys have any suggestions, please consider leaving them down below. My name is Astrei, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!